Okay, let's unpack this. We are doing a deep dive into a topic that has, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
Oh, absolutely.
Powders, promises, all of it. And it's collagen. We're going to cut through all that marketing
All a
noise
hype.
and just deliver what the science says about boosting your body's own natural collagen production.
And that's really our mission for you, the listener. We want to move you past the buzzwords, the gimmicks. By the end of this, you'll understand the fundamental biology of collagen.
Its structure, why it declines.
Exactly. And the most effective, grounded strategies you can actually use, whether that's food or fixing your gut or maybe choosing the right supplement.
And really, understanding the biology is so much more empowering than just reading a label. Let's start with a fact that just highlights how important this is. Collagen is the single most abundant protein in the human body.
It is. It makes up, what, between 25 and 35% of your total protein content.
That's a staggering number.
It's an astonishing figure, yeah. And it's why it's often called the body's internal scaffold, or, the glue.
The glue that holds us together.
Literally. It's the framework for your cells, your tissues.
You're
When
right.
we talk about collagen, we're talking about what gives your bones density, your tendons their strength, and your skin that
Yeah.
bounce, that suppleness and stretch.
So it's the structural integrity of our whole system. But, not all collagen is the same. Before we get into the decline, what are the main types we should really be focusing on?
Well, there are dozens of types, but for our purposes structure, aesthetics too really dominate. Type I is the big one.
Okay.
It makes up about 90% of your total collagen. You find this in your skin, bones, tendons, ligaments.
And the other one?
Then there's type 2.
Yeah.
And that is absolutely vital for your joints. It's found mostly in cartilage, giving it that really crucial shock-absorbing quality.
All right, now for the not so great news. We all know it declines with age, but when does this slow slide actually begin?
It starts so much earlier than people think. Your production starts dropping by about 1% every single year, starting right in your mid-20s.
Mid-20s. That just feels unfair.
It really does.
I think most of us assume it starts around 40, when you first spot a fine line.
Yeah.
So that 1% rule means the clock is ticking long before you see any evidence.
Precisely. The noticeable effects, the loss of volume, the fine lines, skin feeling less elastic, that all tends to accelerate and become really apparent in your late 30s, early 40s.
And over a lifetime, that adds up.
It adds up massively. For seniors, the drop can be profound. Studies show production can be as much as 75% lower in someone over 80 compared to a young adult.
Wow. Okay, so beyond just aging, what are the big external factors? The wrecking balls that accelerate the breakdown of the collagen we already have. I'm guessing sun is enemy number one.
Absolutely. Unprotected UV exposure is just,
Oh.
it's huge. What happens is that prolonged sun radiation triggers the release of these specialized hostile enzymes. They're called matrix metalloproteinase,
MMPs?
MMPs.
So are those like little internal Pac-Men that our body creates to just eat the structure we've built?
That is a perfect analogy. That's exactly what they are. MMPs are enzymes designed to degrade proteins, including your collagen and elastin.
And the sun triggers them.
Sun damage triggers them, which leads directly to what we call photoaging. The early wrinkles, that leathery, saggy skin.
Yeah.
So sun protection really is about preserving your proteins.
What other lifestyle factors should we be urgently trying to avoid?
Well, two others really stand out. First, smoking. It just strangles your blood supply, starving the skin of oxygen and nutrients, and it actively destroys collagen and elastin fibers.
Okay, and the second?
Excessive alcohol. This speeds up breakdown, partly because of nutritional deficiencies, but also because, alcohol in mixers often contain a ton of sugar.
And you just mentioned the missing piece that so many people ignore until it's too late. Hormones.
We cannot ignore hormones.
Mm.
Estrogen specifically is a huge driver of collagen synthesis. So when estrogen levels drop, collagen production it suffers.
Which happens during menopause.
During menopause, of course,
Yeah.
but also really acutely in the postpartum period. Some experts call it menopause on steroids because the hormonal drop is so sudden.
Right, so low estrogen means much lower collagen output.
Which is why those structural changes can feel like they happen overnight during these big life transitions.
That makes so much sense. Now, you mentioned sugar. Let's talk about that. This seems to be the single biggest dietary enemy of our existing collagen. Unpack the chemistry here. What is glycation?
What's so fascinating is that sugar doesn't just affect your waistline. It actively and permanently compromises your structural integrity. The process is called glycation.
Okay.
It's often called the browning reaction. I
Yeah.
mean, think of a piece of toast browning or a banana peel turning dark. That's sugars reacting with proteins.
Are you saying this is literally happening inside us? We're browning like a piece of toast.
That is the grim chemical reality, yes. Glycation is when excess sugar molecules, and fructose is especially bad, it accelerates the process 7 times more than glucose.
7 times. Why fructose?
Well, it's about metabolism. Fructose doesn't trigger insulin the same way glucose does, so it can circulate and bond directly with proteins much more easily.
Ah, so it bypasses the normal control.
Exactly. So these sugar molecules, they bind to proteins like collagen and elastin, and they form these harmful new molecules called advanced glycation end products. The acronym is, appropriately, AGEs.
What do these AGEs physically do to our collagen? The stuff that's supposed to be bouncy and youthful.
They cause the collagen fibers to cross-link. So imagine that beautiful, flexible triple helix of healthy collagen. AGEs basically glue those strands together in this abnormal, chaotic way.
So it becomes stiff?
Stiff, rigid, and brittle. And that leads to permanent deep wrinkles, serious sagginess, especially around the neck and jawline, and a kind of dull, yellowish-brown complexion.
So this is the big question. If I stop eating refined sugar right now, can I fix the AGE damage I've already done?
This is the critical takeaway for everyone listening. Glycation damage it's largely irreversible. The body really struggles to repair or replace glycated collagen.
So prevention is everything.
Prevention is the whole game. It's about maintaining stable blood glucose, avoiding those refined carbs, and stopping new AGEs from forming in the first place.
Defense first. Always.
Oh.
Okay, so let's shift from defense to offense. If we want our bodies to build new, healthy collagen, what are the essential building blocks we need?
It's just like building any protein. You need the amino acid foundation. For collagen, the 3 crucial ones you need for that triple helix are proline, lysine, and glycine.
Those are the bricks.
Those are the essential bricks, yes.
But bricks aren't enough. You need the construction crew, the mortar, the catalysts to assemble it all.
Exactly. And we call those the essential cofactors. These are specific vitamins and minerals that catalyze the whole process. And the most critical cofactor here is vitamin C.
Why is vitamin C so singularly important?
Because without enough vitamin C, your body simply produces defective, weak collagen. Think of it this way. Vitamin C is the catalyst that turns those loose amino acid strands into a stable, tightly wound structure.
The bricks are there, but the mortar never sets.
It never cures. I mean, the classic example is scurvy. That's a total breakdown of collagen integrity because of a lack of vitamin C. Gums break down, teeth fall out. It's that serious.
That really puts it in perspective. So boosting collagen means consistently boosting vitamin C from whole foods. Where should we be looking besides, oranges?
Look to berries, strawberries, raspberries. Tropical fruits like guava and kiwi are amazing. Tomatoes and especially bell peppers. Red and yellow ones are fantastic sources.
But it's not just vitamin C, right? There are other cofactors.
You also need minerals. Zinc and copper are essential for remodeling old collagen and for creating those strong cross-links between new collagen and elastin fibers.
And where do we find those?
Cashews, beans, lentils, shellfish, all excellent sources for both. Your sources also mention sulfur.
Right, from garlic.
From garlic, onions. It helps synthesize and prevent breakdown, though experts do say you'd need quite a lot of it from food alone to see huge benefit.
Okay, let's tackle 2 big food trends. First, bone broth. It's been hailed as this collagen miracle. Is it?
Bone broth is great, historically. It's rich in gelatin, which gives you those amino acids. But when you test it scientifically, the collagen content is all over the place.
It's inconsistent.
Highly inconsistent. It depends on the bones, the cooking time,
Yeah.
4 hours versus 24 hours. The consensus is that it often doesn't have a high enough concentration to make a really noticeable difference compared to, say, a good supplement.
What about marine collagen from fish?
Now, marine collagen from fish, skin, and scales is very highly recommended. The key advantage is its smaller molecular weight.
So it's easier to absorb.
Much more bioavailable, yes. It's broken down and utilized by the body much more easily and quickly than collagen from, say, bovine sources.
And that leads us perfectly into the next critical issue.
Huh.
Absorption. Especially as we age, doesn't matter what you eat if you can't break it down.
Exactly. This is the digestive bottleneck. As we get older, the production of hydrochloric acid, or HCl, in the stomach often declines. The condition's called hypochlorhydria.
We've talked about building blocks, but it's all useless if we can't absorb them. So what is this internal failure that stops us from using what we consume?
Think of your stomach acid, HCl, as the ignition switch on a car. If the ignition is weak low, HCA, the car won't start. In this case, starting the car means converting an inactive enzyme, pepsinogen, into the active enzyme, pepsin.
And pepsin is what digests protein.
Pepsin is the essential protease for protein digestion. So if pepsin is inactive, large protein molecules, whether they're from a steak or a collagen pill, just pass through largely undigested.
Wow. And that bottleneck also stops you from absorbing the cofactors, like zinc.
Absolutely. Minerals like zinc and calcium depend on that acidic environment for uptake. So the foundational step for regeneration after 60 really is fixing the gut.
So what's the #1 most natural tip for listeners to try and restore that stomach acid?
Well, experts suggest simple interventions. One of the easiest is consuming some apple cider vinegar in water or lemon water just before a protein-rich meal. That little bit of acidity can help kickstart that pepsin conversion.
Okay, so let's finally talk about the elephant in the room. The powders and pills. You always hear the argument that your stomach just destroys them anyway. Do they actually work?
That old assumption that collagen just gets destroyed and never reaches the skin. That's what scientists had wrong for years. Here's where it gets really interesting.
Okay.
We're not consuming whole collagen for it to magically reform in our skin. We're consuming hydrolyzed collagen peptides. It's a pre-broken down form.
So it's already absorbable, and what do those little fragments do once they're in the bloodstream?
They act as signaling molecules. They circulate, and they essentially knock on the door of your body's own collagen-producing cells, the fibroblasts.
They trigger them.
They trigger them. The fragments basically mimic the signals your body sends when its own collagen is breaking down. This tells the fibroblast to kick into high gear and produce more of your own collagen, elastin, and hyaluronic acid.
That completely changes the conversation. It's not a building block, it's a biological switch. But wait, if they're just signals, why do brands emphasize type I or type 3 collagen? Isn't that misleading if it all gets broken down anyway?
That is a brilliant, critical question. And yes, for the most part, the specific type marketing is a bit misleading. For general skin health, the body uses those signaling fragments no matter their origin.
But there's a but.
There's a nuance. For specific joint benefits, some research suggests that peptides from type 2 collagen might be better at signaling the chondrocytes, the specific cells in your cartilage.
So type 2 might be slightly better if joint pain is your primary concern.
It might be, yes. But for skin, the distinction matters a lot less than the quality and the hydrolysis process.
And because they are pre-broken down, they bypass that whole digestive bottleneck we talked about for seniors.
Exactly right. Which makes a high-quality hydrolyzed powder one of the best choices for aging populations who might have lower stomach acid.
Fantastic. Okay, we've covered defense, we've covered the gut, we've covered supplements. Let's finalize this with an integrated strategy, topicals, and other advanced methods.
Right. So for topical skincare, we have to be clear. Applying collagen cream itself. The molecule is generally too large to be absorbed. It sits on the surface and hydrates, but that's about it.
But there are things that do penetrate and work.
Oh yes, the gold standards. Retinol's vitamin A derivatives are proven time and again to stimulate collagen production deep in the skin. And we have peptides.
Like Matrixyl.
Like Matrixyl, yes. Short chains of amino acids that act as topical signaling molecules, just like the ones you ingest.
And topical antioxidants like vitamin C cream for defense from the outside.
Absolutely. Applied topically, it helps neutralize free radicals from pollution and UV exposure, minimizing the breakdown of the collagen you already have.
What about some of the at-home or in-office devices? Microneedling, red light therapy?
Both have shown real effectiveness. Their mechanism is indirect. They stimulate ATP, which is cellular energy, inside the mitochondria. This energy boost helps accelerate collagen synthesis and activate repair factors.
Finally, let's bring this all back to holistic health. It's not just about what you put in or on your body.
The foundational pillars are absolutely crucial. Hydration is key. Collagen helps your skin hold on to moisture. And quality sleep is non-negotiable. 7 to 9 hours is when your body's major repair and regeneration processes really happen.
And you can't forget exercise. This ties into a much bigger picture about longevity and mindset.
Regular physical activity, especially strength training, is huge. It improves circulation, which gets all those nutrients we discussed to the dermal layer. But the really exciting part is the hormonal effect. Exercise releases these signaling hormones called myokines.
Hope molecules. Right, we have to spend a second on that.
Yes, hope molecules. Researchers coined that term because these hormones released by working muscles actually influence brain health, mood, and optimism.
So there's a direct physical link between maintaining muscle and maintaining a positive mindset.
A direct link. You fight sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle, and you improve your physical structure and your mental outlook at the exact same time. It's all integrated.
That's a powerful idea. So, to summarize our deep dive, collagen health is a full circle strategy. It has to start with defense avoiding sugar, managing stress, using sunscreen, and then it moves to maximizing efficiency by fixing that digestive bottleneck.
And consistency is paramount. For everyone listening, remember, joint benefits from these changes might show up in a few weeks, but for your skin, for those aesthetic benefits, you need to be patient. It takes a committed 3 to 6 months to see visible results.
So, what does this all mean for you? Because exercise helps grow muscle, delivers nutrients to your skin, and releases these powerful hope molecules that influence your entire outlook. How might prioritizing physical strength just be the single most reliable non-supplement approach to looking and feeling younger? Something to think about until our next deep dive.